What if DeFi could be as simple as one click, yet still ultra secure? In this episode of the MOVECAST, we dive into the world of Satay Finance, a DeFi platform built on the movement ecosystem. Join us as we chat with Bennett Davis, the founder of Satay Finance, to explore how they are redefining decentralized finance with a focus on simplicity, security, and modularity. Whether you're new to DeFi or a DeFi pro, this episode offers insights into the future of secure and modular financial tools. Let's move.
Waza. Today I'm really happy to see a face again, which I already saw on the EthCC in Brussels 2 weeks ago. Bennett from Satay. Hey Bennett, how was your time since EthCC so far? Did you arrive back home?
Good. It was an amazing trip back home. The Brussels airport is pretty rough, don't get me wrong. But since EthCC is done, we launched Satay and the community has been vibrant and we're ready to get rolling.
Yeah, happy to see that. I just realized, I think 2 weeks ago, you had a pretty nice boost on Discord. So it's pretty nice to see you coming up here today. And maybe tell us a little bit about your background. You told me already in Brussels what your background is, but maybe the audience isn't that deep into your person. So maybe share us our story. What is your background and what led you to create Satay Finance?
Yeah, so I've always been interested in technology, and finding the exact niche of technology that I wanted to work in was quite a journey. So I began at Movement Labs, where they're building the first Move-based L2. And with such innovative technology like that, it's hard not to want to contribute. And so when Satay Finance came across my plate, I thought to myself, wow, we have a protocol that can bridge the gap between complex DeFi protocols and everyday users. So my goal with Satay Finance is that everyday DeFi users are able to enter into complex strategies where they can make a return on their investment.
Okay, nice. Was that also your primary vision which you had? And had you maybe some special ideas, or what would you say maybe differentiates Satay Finance from other yield aggregators or other DeFi products which already exist in DeFi space?
Yeah. So one thing that we see, especially on the Movement Network, is this idea of modularity. And I believe that Satay Finance really does a great job at building with modular components. This is the entire idea behind our blocks concept, building strategies. And we also provide users with automated vaults in the Move language, which are much more secure than anything that's on the market. The whole Move language has not gotten enough attention, so we're hoping to bring the good attention that it needs.
Yeah, so you mentioned already some parts which I want to cover later a little bit deeper. But you mentioned you chose the Movement Network for Satay Finance. Was the security thing the main advantage, or I think
so security is definitely the main advantage there. Security is number one priority when it comes to anything DeFi. But the Movement Network also provides scalability and its innovative consensus mechanism. So there's a lot to unpack with the Movement Network, and I believe in the recent weeks, we're going to get access to the Testnet, which is already being teased in the Discord and everything right now. And so the exact breakdown of those components are going to become available very, very soon. And I'm really, really excited for the public to deep dive. I'm excited to read Discord articles on it. It'll be a great time. And then I believe once we actually launch and you see how fast the Movement Network is, you'll understand exactly why we went there.
Yeah, so I only had the chance to use the Movement Network on the DevNet which was already pretty fast. I think many people experience some little stuff like faucets which are not working, but the UX itself was pretty nice and pretty fast. So I think on Testnet itself will be even better.
I think it will be 10 times better, if not more.
Crazy. It was already pretty awesome to use. So has Satay Finance the chance, or could you already go on Testnet, or you have to wait?
We're preparing. So right now we have a few modules ready to deploy. However, it's been a lot to shift the protocol from our previous AppDOS launch in 2022 to current Move standards. As you know, Move is a relatively new language, and so 2 years the language has really evolved, and so we're implementing all the new security features and bridging the entire code base.
Okay, nice. And I think you told me on EthCC as well, you are studying coding languages and...
Yeah, so I'm currently in school studying computer science. And so that takes everything from coding language to operating systems, algorithms. It's been very enlightening. Not to say it teaches you everything you need to know. You definitely need to go out into the real world and get your hands dirty. But yeah, it provides a nice foundation.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's more or less the same way which Rushi and Koops took as well. So it's kind of a similar story, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
Nice. So maybe we can dive a little bit deeper into the core components of Satay Finance. So I saw you had published some documents already. And I think you mentioned in the first sentences already that Satay Finance is emphasizing on blocks, strategies, and faults. Could you maybe explain a little deeper how those components work together and how they help to optimize yields for the users?
Yes, I totally can. Thank you for asking this question. Satay Finance is based on 3 pillars. We have the blocks. These are your DeFi primitive operations, such as lending, staking, borrowing. We then compound these blocks and compose strategies, which are just combinations of these blocks. So, for example, someone could borrow X amount of Move, stake it somewhere, take the profits of that, and borrow against those. And you can mix and match, and that's all part of being in the modular space here. So outside of those strategies, we have 2 ways to interact with them. You can interact with strategies by yourself as a lone investor, or you can interact with them in shared automated vaults that keep your money very secure. And then those vaults have a strategy that they invest money into, and you can pull your money out of the vault at any time.
Is that something completely new? Is it like special because it's...
No. So there's nothing new about the, liquid staking or LP farming strategy. Those are really just the current placeholders for what's to come in the future. With the new movement ecosystem, I can't say, but there's a lot coming on the DeFi side. And so we'll be able to build new strategies and give a new user experience, or at least one that users have not seen before. And so for right now, we'll keep it at liquid staking and LP farming, but just know in the future, things will get much more fun.
Okay. Yeah, to connect maybe to that, I don't know if you can already tell something about it, but how can maybe Satay Finance leverage on those unique capabilities which you already mentioned on the movement ecosystem, like the modularity and stuff? Can you already tell us something how that maybe could be leveraged from your side, or how the users could experience something new.
Yeah, entirely. So our code base and our strategies modules, they're built for composability. They're built to connect protocols. And so we see ourselves having a very easy time connecting these protocols via smart contracts and giving our users that type of experience where they can execute a one-click transaction and really have the benefit of complex DeFi strategies just at their fingertips. And that's the goal. The goal is to provide someone who doesn't necessarily know everything about DeFi a really great chance at earning on their digital assets.
Okay. Probably, as you mentioned before, with different strategies, both
and there'll be
and short.
A wide range of strategies. None that I can go into right now, but I'm excited when they become released. Maybe we can hop on another podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love that. Maybe do you plan also some educational stuff when you mentioned it's for people who maybe don't have the understanding on DeFi, or is that something you didn't think about it?
From the education standpoint, I believe we are looking into launching articles that will be educational about these strategies and how users can interact. And I think those will come to launch when Testnet is up and mainnet and everything like that. So with time, the education will come out, and I believe that is the most important pillar of this all, is giving users the knowledge that they need to understand what is happening on Satay and the broader network.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's both for TradFi, but also DeFi. The education is, as you mentioned, the main pillar. So yeah, maybe if at some time it makes sense to dive deeper in another episode, I'm happy to have you again. Yeah, so are there maybe other future developments or features which users can expect from Satay?
Our hope is that we can bring more diverse blocks with the new emerging DeFi protocols coming onto the Movement Network. And we really want to improve the user interface and just make it easier to navigate the complex DeFi ecosystem. Our goal is to provide the user with the best experience possible. And in terms of new features, we want to be able to give them an understanding of what those features are as they come out, because I really feel that the Movement ecosystem is going to be a hub for new DeFi strategies.
Yes, that's what we all hope about. And yeah, I mean, Testnet is so close and everyone is so excited and packed about it. And as you mentioned, I think once we have Testnet, we can really see first time how it will be, but we expect it to be pretty awesome. Yeah, so
I totally think it will, and I think the community will really be able to shine.
Yeah, and the community will be another topic we will cover soon, but maybe do you have other upcoming partnerships or collaborations that you already have with Satay? Maybe can you tell us something, announce something?
I really wish I could, but you're gonna have to wait for the announcements to come out. However, I can say that if you've been keeping up with the Movement ecosystem, then I believe that you can predict a few of those partner protocols.
Probably, yes. Yeah, so to our audience, always stay tuned, follow on the social media channels, join the Discords, which are booming, really. So I saw the numbers. The last weeks were completely crazy. So as we mentioned already, community and the ecosystem is a huge part in Movement. can you tell us what Satay Finance sees in the community and which role the community play, especially maybe in the future, the development of the platform?
Totally. Community is the backbone of Satay Finance. Truly, we are just a set of smart contracts without a community. We really envision the community being able to have a form of governance where they can ensure that the platform is meeting their needs. And this includes voting on new blocks and strategies. We want to put that in their hands and make sure that we're providing the best user experience for them. And when we talk about spotlighting the community, we'll definitely be holding contests in the Discord and everything. Just like this week we had a mascot contest, and the winner was actually Gorilla Mover, who came up with this great design for a gorilla with Satay, and I just thought it was phenomenal.
Nice. Yeah, the gorillas are basically everywhere, I guess. So funny to see and happy to see they got into Satay already as well. So if you want to give a hint or a suggestion to new customers coming to Satay, where should they follow you? Where should they join? How can they give feedback to you?
Please join the Discord. Always active in there. We have phenomenal community moderators that will direct you and have any questions. Feel free to DM me as well. Follow the Satay account on Twitter. Leave comments, leave quotes. We read them. We take user feedback. But I would say the Discord is probably the best way to communicate.
Nice. So thank you so far for your explanations about Satay itself. What I would like to do in the podcast is to give the audience some feeling. I already had the luck to meet you in real life in EthCC, but maybe to the audience, you're quite young, but for me that's even more interesting and awesome to see how fast you can develop and get into those topics. What would you give to audience or listeners? Which advice would you give them if they want to start an own project in DeFi? Do you have something that you could share with them?
Yeah. Prioritize security and transparency. It's really important that you're being honest with your users and providing them a good foundation to build your protocol, because you as a builder are building the smart contracts. You're building the user interface, but the community is really doing the heavy lifting in giving your protocol use. So I'd say the most important thing to start with is a future vision, and one that involves security, transparency, and community.
Web3 and DeFi is all about, as you mentioned before, the community and the transparency. I mean, that's why all the stuff was created. What would you say? What is your idea, your vision about the future of DeFi and how maybe Satay Finance can belong to that future or that vision?
Satay Finance is just a beginning. We really want to be a part of a comprehensive DeFi ecosystem where people all over the world can easily interact with different protocols and earn on their digital assets and give them use for those digital assets.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear. So I hope you still have an awesome journey on Satay Finance. Can you share maybe with us how the name Satay Finance came up? Is there a special story?
I wish there was a special story that was so simple that I could share, but I really think the symbolics behind it is the most important. Satay Finance really represents a community and global initiative, one that aims to provide simplicity to DeFi. And when you think about the actual Satay, it is a global snack that is so simple, and it's modular.
Yeah, that's actually never thought about it that way, but now, as you mentioned, it makes pretty much sense. So,
and we're launching a tweet soon about this, so okay. Keep posted.
Okay, so you're cooking in the background.
Yes.
And yeah, nice. So thank you very much for joining you.
Zadam, thank you so much for having me, man. I love what you do. I think it's very, very moving.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. I think I want to bring to the audience the projects and the community closer, so not everyone has the chance to come to conferences as the EthCC, or they are spread all over the world more or less. So I hope that can give some people more the human side behind those projects, which are anonymous more or less. And I hope that comes through. So yeah, as I said, I'm super happy you joined today, and wish you the best for your future story.
Thank you so much, and I wish you the best too, Zadam. You're really a core community member, and it's been amazing to have you in the community.